Yeah? Yeah? When's the last time you went to Chuck E. Cheese, bitch? You can't even get in there without a kid.
Hey, let's podcast already.
Shit. I'm Javi Luna, husband, father, and stand-up comedian. I've been fortunate enough to spend over a decade traveling the country, making audiences laugh. But my favorite audience is the one right here at home in Corpus Christi, Texas. My wife and co-host, Jen. Once a week, we sit down and have a chat. There's other podcasts like this, but this one's mine. And that makes it original.
Exaggeration, but
I don't think that's a word. I don't think there's an adjective.
No,
for some of it.
Exaggerative. I'm gonna go with that.
I don't know.
Exaggerative.
I don't know. I'm a spelling bee, not a definition judge.
Oh yeah, okay. Spelling bee. That's right.
Semi-professional spelling bee judge, comedian, writer, husband, father, podcaster, extraordinaire, and semi-professional spelling bee judge. Judge 2 this year. You know what I'm saying? Not bragging.
Come on, guys.
They asked me, I got to go bing. The second one, they let me touch the bell on the first one. I didn't get a bell on the first one.
Well, maybe because you were new.
I got promoted. Yeah, I was brand new.
Yeah,
I was brand new. So the first spelling bee I did was I got to be the appeals judge.
Okay.
Which if anybody like questions like, oh, should that have counted or whatever? They have until like the end of the round to like submit it in writing.
Yeah.
No one did that.
No?
No one did that.
Oh, I've had that happen before.
No one. I didn't even turn around. I don't know. I think there were some parents there, but I'm
not gonna lie. When Louis was in the spelling bee, I almost appealed.
We almost appealed, yeah. But his was a Zoom spelling bee.
Yeah, so it was different.
It was a little different.
Yeah.
It would have been easier just to type an appeal.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, by the way, welcome on to the original Gordito podcast. That's what we to do. We're making it a thing. We like to confuse you at the beginning. Last week we started off talking about New Kids on the Block, and you're like, am I on the right page? And now it's like, is this a spelling bee podcast?
Why are they talking about words and spelling?
Conjunction, junction. What's your function?
That was my favorite song in school.
Words and phrases.
We did a PTA one time singing that song. Yeah,
it's a good one. But my jam was "I'm Just a Bill on Capitol Hill."
That was a good one too. Yeah.
That was a jam. I mean, everyone was like conjunction junction, but I fucked with Bill.
I can see that.
You know, because he was a little bluesy with it. You know, because he's all sad. You know, because he's just a Bill. I'm just a Bill. Not a law. Bills are meant to become laws.
Wow, the fact you still remember all of that.
Hey, a lot of my civic knowledge ended right there. Like that's it's about as political as I get. I know that we have a I remember some stuff. I was a pretty good government student. I remember
I'm impressed.
have a bicameral legislator.
Okay,
that's the official word for we have two houses in our legislative government. We have Congress and we have the Senate.
Okay.
Right? Bicameral legislature.
Bicameral. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I've never heard of that word.
It bi as in
no, I get that. Yeah.
Cameral as in house. Two houses.
Well, okay.
Right, and we got the branches of government. Right. The executive. Right. Legislative and judicial.
Yes, sir.
No,
correct.
Hey,
Gold star.
I can get my citizenship, guys. Guys, I could get my citizenship. All right. Because I paid attention in government. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I used to watch Jay Leno.
Okay.
Okay.
What does that have to do with government?
Well, listen. I used to watch Jay Leno. Mm-hmm. That was my routine back until I started working, and then I was never home. But my bedtime routine was do my homework while watching Jay Leno, and then by the time Leno, I'd watch the news. Okay. Because I was a nerd. Hoping to finish my homework before then, and then I'd watch Seinfeld right after that, and then I'd watch the opening monologue and maybe the first guest of
Jay Leno.
Of Jay Leno.
So that was your routine.
And sorry, I'm fucking up. I'd watch the monologue and I'd watch the sketches. Okay. Right? He'd always do a monologue. He'd come out and do his jokes and whatever. They were current event kind of shit. And then he would always do like a sketch. So either he'd do like the, I'm
not remembering the sketches.
He had some characters, but he did a lot of man on the street stuff.
Yes.
And one of the ones was jaywalking, where he'd go out and he'd ask people questions from the news and stuff, and they do all these stupid answers, right? So if it was 4th of July, he'd ask them, we're going to go ask people, see how much people know about America or whatever. And they'd give these just completely idiotic answers. A guy I went to high school with ended up on that.
Really?
Yeah. Did
he know his shit?
No, that's how you made it. That's how, in fact, he became a jaywalk all-star.
Really?
Yeah. Because do you remember that? Did you watch Jay Leno? Or you?
Yes.
Okay. So you remember they used to do the jaywalking, and it was a popular segment, right? Because it was easy for them to do. They just go out to Universal Studios or wherever and just stop people and ask them questions. And the ones that answered wrong, you didn't see all the ones that answered right. You just saw the ones that answered wrong, the funny ones. And then if you were like really memorable, then they would invite you back to be a Jaywalk All-Star.
I guess I missed that.
Which was like a Jeopardy style game that they would play with these dum-dums that didn't know the answers to everything, and they'd answer them questions to see which was the champion of the Jaywalk All-Stars. And this guy I went to high school with and had class with, I don't remember. I want to say his name was Blake, if I remember correctly. If anyone's listening with the Ray, sorry, I'm telling your story on this podcast, but you're part of my history too, bro. Because I used to watch that show, and I was like, I know that kid. And I think he was like a year younger than me. And the thing was, he wasn't a dumb kid. He was not a dumb kid, and I think that's what freaked me out a little bit. Okay, he was not. He was not a dumb kid. I mean, he wasn't like a genius or whatever. I remember they showed him a picture of Bin Laden. Okay. And he called him Aladdin.
No.
But the thing was, here's the thing. This was pre 9/11.
Oh,
so he wasn't like because I remember seeing it. I was like, this is pre 9/11. Like, I knew who he was, but like the average person, like he wasn't, he hadn't done the damn thing yet.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But that's when
so Aladdin is not so like
he wasn't so far off. Like,
yeah.
You know, the fact that he knew who he was. I think I only knew who he was pre 9/11 because of 2020 or Dateline. Like I said, I was a lot nerdier.
I was going to say, I don't think I knew.
I think that's why I used to watch. I don't watch news and shit. I think I watched too much of it as a kid. Okay. And I think I was over it. Like, I think definitely, especially, and I'm not saying I don't follow the news, but I'm saying I used to like a lot of people do still to this day, like taking the news all day. Yeah. All day. Following the news cycle. It's always on whatever your network of choices and whatever, I get the pertinent information. I think I've said it on here before. I get in, what do I need to know, what's affecting my life immediately right now, and get the hell out.
I used to watch the news like when I would get dressed in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, I used to be one of those people.
Have it in the background, just kind of listening, not. And then maybe at night when I was cooking, it would be on. Yeah. But I never sat down and just watched.
Yeah, and I was a news kid, man. I used to watch, I used to watch CNN, and I used to watch C-SPAN for fun. And I always watched 2020 and Dateline and 60 Minutes. Any of those had me.
Yeah, I just think the news is too depressing, so that's why I don't like it.
Probably. I think probably when I got to college and it was just going on a college camp, when there's a war going on, that was as I was transitioning from high school. 9/11 happened my senior year, so the whole onset of the war started when I was in college, so you couldn't escape it. I mean, everywhere you go, people were reading newspapers and watching the television, having discussions, and we got so and so coming in to give a presentation, or you couldn't escape it. So I think that was when I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, done.
I'm good. Listen, if the world's ending, I want it to be a surprise.
And just that's it. Okay.
Yeah. Why do you want the panic?
I could see that.
Here's my just thought, right? I know, there's a nuclear fallout, right?
Sure.
Why the sirens?
So that you can
get to a shelter?
Yeah.
You really want to live through a nuclear fallout?
I mean, possibly. You
want to be one of the people that survives and we're going to help rebuild civilization?
I mean, I don't know that I particularly want that responsibility.
Uh-huh.
So maybe not.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna suck. I mean, if you studied Hiroshima, right, and Nagasaki at all, life after that.
Look at you just spitting knowledge like that. Babe. Everybody's supposed to know who you're talking about. I have no idea who you're talking about. I
pronounce them correctly, by the way. Not Hiroshima. Hiroshima.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Do that again.
Hiroshima.
Oh, okay. All right.
You like it?
I do. I like it. Uh-huh.
I don't know if I said Nagasaki correctly. It's probably pronounced differently. But it's about balance. You know what I'm saying? But the medical issues that they had, the birth defects, it's just, So I'm like, hey man, just let it be a surprise.
No warning. I'm good.
When Thanos snapped his finger, no one knew it was happening. There was no siren, and
no,
he just kind of.
And you just kind of what?
That's the next track after the.
Oh, okay. It's a follow up.
Oh man, we haven't even gotten. We are not talking about what I had written down at all. I wasted 15 minutes before this. Not even. What do I have topics, guys. I brought stuff to talk about. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad we started off on a funner note because I realized last week I had said that I was going to continue with a story about what had happened on Valentine's Day. And I never got to it. And I think subconsciously that was intentional because what happened on Valentine's Day, right, is 30 minutes before the show, I was already in the green room and flipping through social media, which was a dumb move anyway, right? There's nothing good on there, hardly ever. And I saw the news that a good friend of mine, Larry Garza, the Texas comedy scene lost just irreplaceable loss of a human being and a comedian, super talented. And not only that, he was an actual friend to me, and we're not saying lost. I apologize. I think on my show that night, and we're not saying lost. No. He won. He won, and I agree with that because that guy put up a fight, hard. Man. He relapse isn't the word. He had reoccurrences like 4 or 5 different times. I mean, in the last 5-6 years, and it was just an amazing fight to watch.
Yes, it was.
And Larry was a friend, you know, and what I mean and why I keep using that word is in comedy you have lots of comedy friends. Yes. Your connection through comedy is really enough to sustain a good friendship. And I think Larry and I both know that there's a difference though between being comedy friends and being friends. And in fact, we said as much to each other. In fact, it was him that said it to me. I think I don't remember where we were. It had to have been somewhere out in Phoenix. I think one of the times he was out there, and we were saying goodbye, and you know he looks at me and he's like, "Hey, Javi," he goes, "Do you want to be friends?" And I started laughing because we had literally just spent the whole weekend together in a hotel room. As I said, what do you mean? He's like, no, he goes, you know what I mean? He goes like actual friends, like not just comedians. Like, do you want to be friends? And I was like, absolutely, I do. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of comedians, and you can tell, right? People say, oh, he was so funny or whatever. And he was super talented. Yes. The conversations that he and I had going forward very rarely had anything to do with comedy. It was more, you know, about our kids, about our families. Yeah. You know, getting to see his kids life, and yeah, of course, comedy was part of that, right? It was our mutual careers, but he and I did not talk shop nearly as much after that. And I think that's the difference. Yeah. Between comedy friends. I mean, I can strike up a conversation about comedy with damn near anybody that from an open micer to a big time headliner. You know, so I didn't go to his funeral today, so that's why I'm glad that I saved it. I don't do funerals. No. So if you have any hope of me coming to yours, sorry. Wow. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Way harsh. I'm kidding. They're not gonna know. I'm just kidding. I'll come to yours. Of course I would come to yours, podcast listeners. No, I don't. I don't don't take personal offense to it. If you're looking down or up, I don't know how you lived your life, and you're like, man, fucking how you really didn't come to mine. Don't take it personally. I didn't go to anybody else's. Yeah. You know, I don't. I think I went to one this year, and that was because it was a family member of yours, and I went almost exclusively to support you, and even then, it was not my favorite. Well, no one likes going to funerals. No one likes it. Yeah. I'm just done and over with them, and luckily, Larry and I got to say goodbye on our own terms. Right. I actually did, didn't tell a lot of people this. But the last time I spoke to Larry was well over a year ago. We did not speak, not through Instagram, not through anything. After his roast, he did produce his own last show. He was back in 20 at the end of 21. He was very, very sick. We did not think he was going to make it all that much longer. And he wanted to do his own roast, and it came out beautifully. And of course, he invited me to be a part of it. And you know, I let him know. I talked to him that night, and you know, basically, you don't always get to know when the last time you're going to talk to somebody is. So we made it a point that night. It didn't matter if it happened tomorrow or next week or the month after that. We ended our friendship on our terms. And I was just happy to see every time that he was still kicking, still fighting. He got one more year with his
With his family?
With his family, with his kids. And, you know.
Yeah, see his daughter graduate.
Yeah, and he fought to the bitter end.
Yes, he did.
No one can say anything else about that. So if you're the praying type, you know, send one up for Larry and his family. You know, shit.
Sorry, guys.
No worries. Yeah, sorry. My intention wasn't to cry on my podcast.
We just love Larry.
Yeah. So, Ali, speaking of comedy friendships, an interesting one is just someone who I've almost exclusively had a comedy exclusive friendship with. We got a chance to kind of catch up this past weekend. Who's Daryl Felsberg, here from Corpus. He came into town. He's originally from Corpus, moved away. You know, he opened for George Carlin. He's been on Last Comic Standing. You know, next to Steve Trevino, he's probably the most successful comic to come out of here. And that's no knock at him. I mean, it's just Steve's success is undeniable.
Right.
And so he does a food blog called Daryl Eats, where he goes to different restaurants while he's on the road.
Nice.
And he called me up. He said, "Hey, where's the best carne guisada in Corpus?"
Oh.
And of course, I took him over to Julio's Easy Stop. I was like, "That's a no-brainer."
Of course.
So we slid over there, had me a fry pie. He had himself some tacos.
I'm very jealous I wasn't invited.
And it was a good conversation. Well, we recorded it.
I know. I'm just saying I want the food.
Okay. And we chopped it up for a while. We did about 40 minutes on camera.
Wow.
I think it's only a 10-minute show, so his editors, you know, got his work cut out for him.
Wow, crazy.
And then we probably sat there and talked for another hour and a half.
Yeah.
Still mostly about comedy, but we dabbled in other things. So that was fun. I didn't have any shows last weekend, so I went and stopped by on his show on Saturday. And I did about I think I was only supposed to do 7. I think I did close to 10. I didn't confirm that, but it felt like I went a little bit longer. And I think they just let me go longer because it was a really good set. And it was a lot of new material and when I say new material, like jokes that I wrote like about a minute before going on stage.
Wow.
So, and it was hot. So I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm about to get rid of an hour of my material.
Right.
I know I got plenty more. I had plenty in reserve.
Exactly.
When I recorded that hour, I had 2 hours. So so that's why I wasn't nervous because I was like, I got a whole other hour in the bank. Cousin Vero hasn't been said in like 2-3 years. Time. I can dust her off and bring her out in a pinch if I need to, right? But it looks like I'm not going to need to.
That ding light fell again.
Yeah. Lindsay's night light. The command strip's not very commanding.
It's not very commanding.
What was I saying?
That, oh crap.
Yeah, you see. I had another hour in reserve, and it looks like I'm not going to need it. Right. Right is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because you're coming up with stuff just like that.
So much new stuff just coming off the dome with the quickness and the shorts and promos are they're doing what they're doing, man. Yesterday was a rough day for me. I'm very transparent with you. Yesterday was a very rough day. Got some. I'm not saying bad advice, but we went the wrong way with it. We were putting music behind the clips, and I think the algorithm just wasn't digging that. Yeah. And I'm not an algorithm guy. I'm not a social media guy. I'm not again, just like with the news. I'm not an idiot, but I'm not one of those people that's completely up to caught up with what's going on. So I have to take my advice from other people. We were putting out clips with music and it went and it was doing well for a while, and then it just tanked to where like I got one video had 0 views,
which is crazy,
an entire day, which doesn't happen at all. That never happens. They always send it out at least to one person. Yeah, you know, 2 people, whatever. But for a video to get 0 views was insane. Yeah. So we had to regroup. Today we're seeing more more growth.
Definitely.
In fact, it's not a huge deal. Like I said, I'm not looking to go viral off of this. I'm just looking for some steady growth. The one video that I posted this morning just hit 12,000.
Nice.
As of recording this podcast. Hopefully it's a little higher, by the time it's over. So we're
That's
just continuing
exciting.
that, just trying to get the word out to March 10th, man.
It's coming.
And so much new material coming down the pipe. Let me hit some dates here real quick.
Okay.
And then we'll get to your article here. In fact, I got some new dates for you. March 11th, just added, I will be in Odessa at the Hector Theater with Chingo Bling and Israel Garcia and Juan Perez. That's gonna be a fucking killer lineup, killer show. I love that theater. It's beautiful. We're gonna try to record some stuff out there so we get some new clips out of it. We're talking about it. So
good.
So and then because I gotta keep feeding that machine now. Apparently,
heck yeah.
March 23rd, I've been invited back out to Dripping Springs this time. It's a public show. It's a public show at Suds Monkey Brewing Company. It's going to be Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and it is free.
Ooh.
So if you're in the Dripping Springs, Austin area, man, you get a chance to see me for nothing, which doesn't happen all the time.
No.
And then this was rescheduled. I was going to do an audition for Dry Bar. Just got news right before we came on the pod that's going to get rescheduled.
Oh, okay.
Because one of the other guys on the audition, or the guy that was spearheading the audition filming, is booked elsewhere that night.
Oh, okay.
April 6th through 8th, El Paso, Texas, at Bart Reed's comic strip out in El Paso. That is also with Chingo Bling. Good to be back out on the road with my brother there. March 11th, by the way, is the day after the release of the special. If you didn't catch that. So I'm hoping to be out there celebrating some good, solid views.
Absolutely.
Right. And then working on something special for 420. I'm not going to tell you too much right now, but it's in the works, and it's going to be here in Corpus. So just pencil that in.
Mark your calendar.
Mark it with a little asterisk. Don't go to dinner at your mother-in-law's, because Javi got something for you if you're in the 361 area. And then of course May 5th, Chingo de Mayo. I'm so used to doing Chingo de Mayo. This is my show now.
Yeah, it is.
Gordito de Mayo. May 5th at Upstage Comedy Lounge. Those tickets are on sale already. Go to upstage.comedylounge.net, or you can go to my linktree/Javi Luna Comedy. All right. It's in the link is in the comments. All right.
Okay.
Now, Mrs. Luna.
Yes, sir.
What you got for me?
Okay, sir.
That's going to be the title of the...
What you got for me?
What you got for me?
Okay. All right. Here we go.
This is where Jen brings me something.
It's another article. One of these days it might not be an article, but today it's another article.
It's an article.
Yes, the title is called Georgia woman was charged with faking a pregnancy to get paid time off.
Okay.
The article begins. Sometimes people lie and say they're sick to skip work. But a Georgia woman went one big step further when she faked a pregnancy in order to get 7 weeks off of paid time off. And this wasn't even the first time she lied about it. Or lied about giving birth, excuse me. Now she faces 3 counts of making false statements and 1 count of identity fraud. So this lady, she's 43.
Okay.
And she has this elaborate lie about her pregnancy while working.
Okay.
And she, and
wasn't pregnant at all.
Not pregnant at all. No, 0. But some things weren't adding up.
Okay, go ahead.
So she informed her company that she worked with that she was pregnant in late 2020.
Okay.
Claimed to give birth May 2021. Okay.
She went through the whole pregnancy.
The whole pregnancy.
She probably had a baby shower too.
Probably.
Cabrona.
Yeah, the article didn't mention it, but probably. You know she did.
Of course she did.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
She probably let them wrap the toilet paper around
100%.
No shame. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So they quickly grew suspicious because her baby bump wasn't right. They observed that the lower portion of her stomach came away from her body.
Oh, so it wasn't even a good... What did she do? Wear a pillow? Like it was a 1980s sitcom?
Don't know.
Like people don't know what a pregnant woman's body looks like? Or was she banking on our modern day sensitivities where
no one's gonna say nothing?
Don't comment on someone's body.
Of
That's
course.
what their body looks like.
That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. So another allegation was that she sent pictures of her new baby to various employees, but the pictures appeared to be inconsistent and depicted children with various skin tones.
She didn't color match the babies. You see, that's just laziness. Because, like I said, I'm no social media giant. But like there's dumb people that post just daily pictures of their kids from birth. Like you could fake an entire child, like not even a baby.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: I'm not gonna judge because I got a friend. I don't know if he's lying or not, but he says he has a fake kid at work.
What?
I don't know if it's true or not, and I'm not going to say his name because he has a legit big boy job, but he's also a comedian, and he said that according to his coworkers, he has a son. This guy has no kids.
Well, how did that happen?
I've been to his house. He has some dogs and he has no kids because he has a bookshelf in his living room full of toys and still in boxes. He's got guns all over his house and he works a government job. He doesn't make like crazy money, but he's single. What do they call? They call them DINKS, dual income, no kids.
Oh, I've never.
Yeah. It's adults that choose not to have kids, and they both work. And look at us, we have all this. We don't even make a lot of money, but we got no kids, dummies. So look at all this money we have to go
to do stuff
and buy things. Whatever, you're gonna die alone. So like.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
I mean, I'm kidding. I'm correct, but I'm not. I'm kidding though.
Oh, wow. Anyway.
I don't want to go on no stupid vacation anyway. Look at us. We're skiing. Yeah? When's the last time you went to Chuck E. Cheese, bitch? You can't even get in there without a kid. Did you know that? You can't get in Chuck E. Cheese if you don't have a kid or not there for a kid's party. Try it. Try to go to Chuck E. Cheese with no kid, no birthday party. Well, no birthday party. Try to go to Chuck E. Cheese on a Tuesday. See what they tell you.
Don't do it.
See what they tell you. If they do let you in, I guarantee the cops are on the way.
Oh, God.
They probably, if you show up as a grown adult trying to go to Chuck E. Cheese, and they let you in, I guarantee there's like a little button underneath that little podium to alert the authorities. There's a fucking sicko here. You should come get him and check his hard drives. Because let's face it, I know they've improved their pizza, but it's still not great.
I liked it.
They improved it to edible. It's not a good pizza. Like it was completely horrible before. Now it's like just like, oh yeah, I could eat this. It's okay. Yeah. Everyone knows if your kids love you, they'll let you have their party at Peter Piper, where at least the pizza is good.
So why does that say that we've had 2 of Lindsay's parties at Chuck E. Cheese?
Well, because Lindsay gets her way and she wants Chuck E. Cheese. So we go eat barely edible pizza.
I don't even know why she likes Chuck E. Cheese so much.
We don't go. That's the only time. That's literally the only time we go. No, but this year she did. This year she had no. That wasn't her part. That was
her party was
at Jumping World.
It was something different this year.
Yeah,
that's funny.
We got a 16-year-old coming up.
I know.
So this lady faked a pregnancy though.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, that sucks. I guess.
Oh, but wait, hold on. I got to tell you one other part.
How did the identity fraud come?
This is how it came in. So she was granted extended leave because a man sent an email to her work saying that she needed extended time off. This man was claiming to be the father of her baby.
Oh, father.
Yes. And that the doctor had mandated several weeks of additional time off. And so her work gave her the leave. So
without documentation?
Yeah, no, without, just based on this guy's email.
That's their fucking fault thing. You fucking idiots. You don't say nothing about the fucking pillow underneath her dress.
That gave way.
You don't say anything about the different colored babies. Like, that's not even the fucking same kid. Didn't that kid have a full head of hair yesterday? Why is he bald today? He gave him his first haircut already. Seems a little early.
That's fast. Oh yeah. So then she made up this dad. So that's where the fraud came out.
Made up the dad.
Yeah.
So she doesn't. Does she not even have a partner?
No.
Oh, this bitch crazy. Like, she needs help.
Like, this isn't even the first time she's done something like this.
She doesn't even have a spouse.
She said she gave birth in July of 2020, again in 2021, 3 months after the first birth in question. Yeah, no. But, like, she got all this time off each time.
They should have asked some more questions, though. Like, are the kids in the room with us right now? Is there one behind me?
I don't mean to laugh.
Well, because this at this point, like, at first I was like, okay, fraudulent behavior.
Right.
Okay, this was trying to get some time out, but like,
right.
It's like she went through this whole process of faking a pregnancy, right? And has lied about having birth before. I find it hard to believe that it's just strictly so she can get 7 weeks off.
I don't know.
But who knows?
We'll see.
Who knows? Apparently my friend that does it so that he can leave early sometimes because and I get it. Even as a parent, I didn't think it was fair to how often people play that card. Right? Like, when it comes down to, who's going to work this holiday? Oh, well, so and so has kids. That's not fair. Like, right. Yes, you have kids, and yes, that's important to you. But if you're working with somebody who doesn't have kids, don't play that parent card sparingly.
Sure.
Because
I used to get that
when
a lot.
You need it for the real stuff. Like, hey man, I absolutely can't miss this thing.
Right. You know? Because I was single for a long time and I didn't have kids until later, so I got that a lot. Well, you're the single one. Can you do it? Yeah. Yeah. They have to go home and make dinner for their family. Yeah. Can you stay late?
So he just made up his own kid. So that way he's like, I got a kid too. And sometimes he has soccer practice. Yeah. The occasional dentist appointment after lunch. So I'll be working from home for the rest of the day. All the fun things that parents get to do. So yeah, you have a Peloton, and you get to go on weekend getaways and vacations. Or did you go on vacation? No, it's just a little weekend getaway. Fuck you. Fuck you. You ever have someone wrap their hand around your pinky? No? That fucking feels amazing.
It does. Oh, it does.
It felt good even when I did it to myself. I was like, aww. It's the best. ain't mad at her. I'm just saying maybe she should talk to somebody.
Well, she's facing charges.
Maybe she wants kids.
I mean, maybe
she wants kids. You know. Who knows? All right, I do got a quote. I'm doing the quotes every other week right now, I guess. And these are like normally stuff that speaks to me more or as much as it's meant to speak to you. Like I said, I hit a little turbulence on social media yesterday, and we think we got the ship righted now. And so if you see the clips, make sure you share them, man. But yesterday I definitely had my mind in the self-doubt gutter there, and of course, you know, the thought comes up, you know, why am I doing this, you know? And so I pulled up my old favorite, the Keys, The Keys to More Success by DJ Khaled. Right, I used to be a DJ Khaled fan. Something about his swagger, something about his, you know, the fact that he literally created something out of nothing. This guy, out of just his persona. As silly as he was, I always felt like this guy knows something or understands something that the rest of us or the majority of people haven't quite caught on to yet. Right, so this is a quote from his book. And it says, "It's a lot easier to stay where you are and wonder what might have happened." Right? What might have been. You know, and you know, I realized, you know, and going back to the War of Art, which I quoted last time, you know, along the same thing, that resistance is strong, especially when you're about to have a breakthrough of some sort, whatever it's going to be. So I think last night was just that resistance of, hey, you know what? How it will be real easy just to, you know, whatever. Right. Say, whatever happens to this thing, just put it up, get it over with, move the fuck on. You know, instead of trying. Oh, you're trying to push it out, you know, but it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to stay where you are and wonder what might have been. So if you're going through some self-doubt, so if something's hard, you know, it's hard for a reason, you know, so keep pushing through. Yeah. Don't take the easy way out, because, you know,
what's fun in that?
While it might be safer, might be more comforting, you know, do the scary, you got to do the scary things sometimes. All right, guys. So sorry. Like I said, sorry if I was a downer in the middle of that. Like I said, we try to keep it light most of the time, but sometimes life happens, man. Yeah. I hope y'all have a good week. And we'll see y'all next week. One love.